Day to night.
Hey, happy Halloween, plant peeps! I really wanted to do a Halloween special, so I asked you guys on Instagram what you wanted to see, and the majority of you said plant decor. Now, if you're not following me on my Instagram, that is where I take polls and interact and ask questions for future videos, so you should definitely go follow me there. I will have a link in the description below to all my social media and stuff like that. What I thought was plant decor after looking on Google, like typing in plant decor, what I found was really just a bunch of spooky carnivorous plants so for Halloween. So that wasn't necessarily what I was thinking. You know, I'm thinking more of just decorating my plant room Halloween-y. So that's the plan. But in case you are here for some carnivorous plant decor, a pain in my face, I don't know if it's obvious, but it was kind of a last minute thing, just using makeup I had, and I did my best. So in case that is what you came for, you can still get a little bit of it. We're doing more than just decorating. I also want to feature a couple spooky plants. Yeah, they're real spooky. Stay tuned for that. Here we go. So come on and join me.
Spooky, spooky.
I'm gonna be starting with this shelf. I bought some of this black mesh fabric that you can basically find anywhere they sell Halloween decorations. You can also look for cheesecloth at the grocery store or at craft stores. It's basically the same. I think it only comes in white, but you can even dye it different colors, and it's probably cheaper that way. So this shelf is like my dedicated Hoya shelf, so I'll keep all my Hoyas on it. This is a south-facing window here, and I have this sheer curtain that just kind of hangs behind it to kind of block some of the light so it's not too intense. It filters the light a little bit more. This shelf still gets a lot of light, which your Hoyas will love. And I will put the names of all of these Hoyas up on the screen because I don't want to butcher all of their names. Although I love them, that is not one thing I've dedicated myself to doing yet. There we go. Hoya linearis, Hoya macrophyll, Hoya publix, publix, splash. Yeah, don't know if I'm saying these right, but I'll put these on the screen. I do my best. And then I've also got a string of hearts here in a terracotta pot.
I want you so much, honey. Want you so much, honey. Want you so much, honey. Want you so much, honey.
Alright y'all, so I'm already starting to sweat off some of this makeup. I've got a fan, and the weather has been cooler, but still. Bright indirect light is typically what your plant is going to be the happiest in, and no matter what plant you have, and that's because they're just going to thrive. More light, more photosynthesis, more growth, although unfortunately we don't just have a bunch of bright spots in our house, so those plants that has very delicate foliage that tends to burn if it gets hit by the sun. I like to put those plants on the bottom shelf because even this bottom shelf, although my Hoyas will still stay alive and be happy down there, they're not going to thrive as much as they are up here. But my Calathea and my snake plants and my jewel orchid, they will be happy down there, happier than if they were up here in this bright light. A lot of people are getting cooler weather. I can't say so much in Florida right now as I literally like taste sweat dripping into my mouth.
Spooky plant number 1.
Ooh. Here I have a Rex Boo-gonia hybrid and an angel wing begonia, or should I say Boo-gonia. Their care requirements are the same. Also kind of, I could be an angel wing begonia right now, couldn't I? Ooh, the possibilities. I can't tell you the exact name of this plant because there are hundreds of hybrids out there. Different places will call it different things, so it can get real confusing real quick. The potting mix I use is just a regular potting mix for your indoor plants. I do add in some perlite to help lighten it up a bit, because I keep them in a pretty humid environment and will be happy at a temp in the low 70s, about the temperature of your home. Watering your begonias, I feel like often care guides will tell you to keep the soil moist, but don't listen to them. They lie. You're just asking for fungus gnats. It's best to let the top couple inches of soil dry out between waterings. You do want to be careful not to underwater too much. I have been guilty of this a few times because this can also lead to leaf damage like you see on this angel wing begonia I have here. Other signs you're underwatering are smaller than normal leaves, and the leaves may even droop, but it will look more brittle compared to overwatering, which makes things all mushy. Lighting. For these guys, they want bright, indirect light. You can burn their foliage if you give them too much direct light, especially when they're placed in glass. The leaves on this Rex Begonia hybrid started like this, more green with some red. Now they've all turned a dark red. The more lighting you give him, the more the colors will pop. If your Rex Begonia is losing its color, it's most likely due to a lack of light. But again, be careful of burning leaves. Now with the cooler weather though, I don't imagine that's going to be as much of a problem. Fertilizing and pets isn't something I'm really going to get into because I want to save that for another video. If you're wondering what the white little marks on my face are, that's the teeth. And then you can tell where I started getting lazy around my neck. Next, I also wanted to decorate my suitcase tiered suitcases. Here I used some scrap fabric, old clothes, burlap, and some cheesecloth to cover the suitcases, then strategically added in my plants. Most of the plants on the right side of the suitcase naturally will grow under canopies. It gets bright light, but hardly any direct light, if any, making it the perfect home to my anthuriums, some alocasias, and my new Philodendron gloriosum, which I'm super stoked about, and one more plant, which is spooky plant number 2. Philodendron fuzzy petiole. I chose him because, as the name suggests, his petioles are, well, quite fuzzy. Also known as Philodendron nangaritense. Actually like the same color as my face. We match. Hey guys, my Halloween costume. I'm a Philodendron fuzzy. I just won't shave to Halloween and I'll look just like him. Like all my philodendrons, I do use a chunky potting mix or semi-hydro. Even my moisture loving plants all let the top inches of soil dry out. He is a terrestrial plant, just like the Rex Boo-gonia, which means he grows on the ground. He is a runner, so he likes to grow out. Bright, indirect, light, as always. I did read that although they grow faster in bright light, you may get bigger leaves by giving him some shade that may encourage them to grow bigger. Once upon a time, he was considered rare, not so much anymore, so you may find him growing at your local nursery. This guy definitely gives me spider leg vibes. Watch out! That's why he made the spooky list today, and I saw him and I just couldn't resist, so it also gave me an excuse to buy him. On the opposite side of the suitcase, I have some light-loving beauties, a lot of climbers like this Monstera adesanii and this Rapidophora tetrasperma. I did find a pack of battery pack candles that flicker and everything, so it really brings it all together. If you're not already, or even if you are, make sure, double check that you are still subscribed to the channel, because I come out with more planty decor videos just like this one every Thursday, so you're not going to want to miss it. If you've been watching my channel and you've enjoyed watching, show your support by turning on the notifications. It's really the best way to tell YouTube that you like my content, and it will then suggest it to other people, which really helps the channel more than anything. So I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate you, and thank you so much for watching, guys. This makeup is coming off. Look at me. Do I even look like a Venus flytrap? Be honest. Let me know in the comments. Bye, guys. Their descriptions will be in the link